We continue to read the case of Moureen Sinclair versus Wesfore Sinclair. We want to read a section of this report giving a brief history of the relationship, how the relationship between them started. It's on the evidence of the claimant. The claimant stated, that Mrs. Sinclair stated, that when she met Mr. Sinclair in 1990, he was a medical doctor with his private practice in Westmoreland. So even though the document refers to him as Mr. Sinclair, he's really Dr. Sinclair, who was a medical doctor. In 1993, when they began living together at the Ruthven Road apartment, she was employed as a senior auditor. In 1993, Mr. Sinclair told her to stop working and look after him, and he would maintain her. And as a result, she stopped working. She said she has not worked since that time, except for 2 years in Pine Imaging Center, and he was supporting her fully. Mrs. Sinclair says that she has 6 children for the defendant, a pair of twins who were born in 1997, another child was born in 1999, and the last child was born in the year 2000. She also said that in 1995, the defendant decided to specialize in radiology and cut back on his medical practice. As a result, his income was reduced. The apartment at Ruthven Road was rented. Her family allowed her to use all of that rented income from the apartment for her sole benefit, which she states assisted greatly in the household expenses. Mrs. Sinclair states that the defendant finished the radiology program in 1999, after which they discussed going into their own radiology business together. They decided to start the business in Montego Bay, as there was no radiology facility in that area. She asserts that they had no savings and had a problem getting credit for startup capital. She explained that the defendant asked herself and her family to allow him to obtain a mortgage of the sum of $2,200,000 against the Ruthven Road apartment in order for him to commence the Radiology West company, to which they all agreed. She says that just prior to this loan being dispersed to the defendant, the said company, Radiology West, was incorporated on this first day of September 1999 with the defendant and Conrad Curlew as shareholders. She states that the proceeds of the mortgage of the apartment went directly into this company, and that the mortgage was registered in her family's title on the 28th day of September 1999. The claimant, that's Mrs. Sinclair, further states that the mortgage on the Ruthven Road apartment was discharged on the 28th day of February 2003 by the defendant out of the business income, as by then the business was doing very well. She asserts that by reason of the initial contribution by herself and her family, the defendant was able to advance himself, thereby his business did well. She states that from 1995 to date, the defendant has been able to incorporate and operate a number of companies. She has named the following companies in which she has a 50% share. And you have these: Island Radiology Incorporated, Graysville Pharmacy Limited, Traffic Mode Limited, Sibron Company Limited, YMET Healthcare Services Limited, Syrian Pharmaceutical Limited, trading as York Pharmacy, Choice Trucking Limited, Alpha Imaging Limited, and the Palmyras, the Jewels Hotel Grand St. James. She also names Radiology West Limited and Pines Imaging Center Limited, in which she is claiming 80% of the defendant's shares. That part is what I'll be reading, giving a background to the start of their relationship. And here you can see it's almost 27 years of marriage, close to 27 years of marriage, resulting in a divorce. So no matter how long you're married for, you can actually be served with divorce papers. We will continue reading another section of this document in our next video.